Hey anyone, I'm Hawk, and today I want to talk about taking your time. Everyone has their reasons, and a million factors have contributed to it, but today's world feels like it's on fast forward. People want what they want, the moment they want it, and I think it's part of a long list of things that are contributing to some pretty huge societal problems. When was the last time you took a moment and appreciated the breeze on your skin? When was the last time you made something yourself, created whatever it is you want or were looking for? Do you cook dinner? Do you craft anything? Do you always drive as fast as you can to wherever you want to be? I think we as a species have lost our appreciation for things that take time. We could have almost anything we want the very moment we want it, and I think that's really damaged us. We have this crazy experience, life. We get to do and feel things and think things nothing else on this planet can, and better yet, we could recognize that and reflect on all of it. For better or worse, we're all here, and I think we don't take enough time to just really appreciate that fact. All of us have our own experience. We all have our own life and our own story. Each one is different from the last. It's brief and often painful, but it's ours. A lot of people I've seen personally are just impatient as hell, and they get real agitated when something isn't immediate. Sometimes even I get caught up in that, and I hate it. I hate it when I do it. None of us are unaffected by it, but I think way too few people are even aware of it. It can be hard to take our time with things because the world around us is also sped up, and it sure as hell won't slow down just because we want it to. We have to keep up however we can, but the chance to take a moment will always present itself eventually. You just have to take it. Do you ever walk anywhere in a video game? Do you appreciate the way a building looks, or listen to the ambient sound around you and in the environment? I think if you haven't done these things, you should try to. Taking your time while moving through a video game will open your eyes to all kinds of stuff. You'll notice everything, sometimes even the stuff devs didn't notice, like a small missing texture or a spot in the world where a mound doesn't quite blend in with the ground too well. But you'll also notice the environment these devs spent years building, a world that most people see as simple backdressing. Sometimes that is all it really is, but often taking your time can make you feel so much more immersed in the game you're playing. Next time you play an RPG or something more than just a shooter or arcade game, walk to a place. Don't fast travel, don't ride a horse, don't sprint at Mach 3, just take your time with it. Listen to the music, take in the sights, notice the world around your character. I promise you'll appreciate more, and you may even get some much needed time for reflection. So many games have so many beautiful vistas and moments, just like real life, and you just have to stop and look at them. Sometimes we speed through a game's story because we aren't as into it as we may think, and it can be really hard to recognize. I remember when I played AC Origins, as I got to the end of the game I started to rush my way through it, running everywhere, not reading anything, skipping dialogue because I could read it faster than they could speak it, and I was only doing main mission stuff. By that point, I felt the sunk cost fallacy, and really only wanted to finish it because I spent 40 plus hours getting to that point, but I refused to admit that the game had long since lost me. I think if I took my time and played the game in smaller doses, shorter play sessions, I probably wouldn't have felt that way. I'd probably be able to go through more of the game, do the DLCs, explore the world, pick up more of the side content, etc. I never let myself miss the game. By the time I finished the main story, it felt good to see the end, and it was nice to wrap it up, but I felt more relieved that it was finally over than anything else. I know some of you may say that's because the game was boring or has bad writing, whatever, and that may be how you feel, but I was absolutely invested for a large portion of my playtime. I just got burnt out from doing too much too fast, and I know myself well enough to recognize that looking back. I know firsthand how easy it is to fall into the pit of desire, to be left always wanting more. When you can't quite get enough of whatever it is you want, so you take in as much of it as you can, as often as you can. And that can be so destructive in its own right, depending on what that thing is, but but it could also burn you out really fast. I feel like we don't let ourselves miss anything anymore. It's now or never. I get it all or I never have it. I binge watch the whole show or I don't watch it at all. I beat that game in 60 consecutive play hours or I quit 1/4 of the way through. We may be better off letting ourselves miss the things we want. Play the game, but take a break. Go outside, do laundry, cook dinner, talk to someone, watch a show even. Just step away for a day or two, then come back later. Wait till you start thinking about what you want to do next in it. I remember when I was a kid, I could only play video games 1 day a week and every other weekend. So, between those playtimes, I'd plan out my next move or think about whatever comes next in the story, and I would be wrapped up in it. It was really exciting when I'd finally get to go back and play that game again. But it also felt kind of exciting because I knew the time that I had with it was limited, so I appreciated what I had. We used to have to wait a week between episodes of a TV show, and I think stuff was better that way. Things were just better that way and more enjoyable that way. It worked for me, but I lost it, and I think we could all benefit from that in one form or another. I understand it won't be everyone's thing, and it may not be possible for some people either. That's fine, but since I was a kid, I always appreciated the quiet moments in between life events. The times you could think and reflect or just turn your mind off and listen to the birds. The times when you could see the little things around you and appreciate everything you're experiencing. Sometimes this thinking was painful. Sometimes it was hard to appreciate things, but I always preferred the ambience or silence more than anything else. Next time you get the chance, maybe try to take your time with something. A game, a meal, a walk, or a drive, whatever. You may appreciate it more than you think. Take your time, take a break, take in the world around you. Walk in games, listen to the birds, close your eyes and take a deep breath the next time you're outside on a beautiful day. Remember to take a moment with whatever you do, because everyone needs a break. That's just how I feel, but let me know what you think down below, and thank you for listening.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.